I will soon experience complete oneness with an interconnected global community of game warriors.
What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing another installment of exploring games on Insignia, specifically original Xbox games. If you have not already, I did do a original installment. This is going to be part number 2. In the original installment, we did Call of Duty 3, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Counter-Strike, Amped 2, 25 to Life, Star Wars Republic Commando, Halo 2, and Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click the video, and there's also the video in the description. I do all of those games. We're going to do another handful tonight. And let me just go ahead and say this. So Insignia it's not super popular. I mean, there's a lot of games that can be played on there, but it's mainly monopolized by like 1 or 2 games, and then every once in a while there'll be like people start a random lobby, and then sometimes once it's started, they'll attract a few other people, and a game will get going that way. Otherwise, there will be events, and I can't always make those events. So I know there's some heavy-hitting games out there that people want to see played, and I'm doing the best I can to try to get those heavy hitters. But I can only be in so many places at one time. So these videos take time. The last one did really well, which is why I'm following up with this one. So this will be a series, and I promise you, whatever game that you're wanting to see, I probably want to play it. So it's only a matter of time before the stars align and I'm able to do it. But if you haven't seen the first video, in the first one, I explore the Xbox Live dashboard. So if you're interested in seeing that, definitely check out the first video. The way this video is set up, there's going to be timestamps at the bottom. You can go ahead and jump to whatever game you're interested in, or you can just watch all of them. When we get to a certain game, we are going to be kind of talking about the gameplay, talk about the menus, talk about the game mechanics, and then from there we check out like the leaderboards and stuff like that, and then I'll include 3 to 5 minutes of unedited, uncommentated gameplay. But yeah, that's pretty much it, so buckle up, we're gonna explore some more Insignia titles. Enjoy, guys. Alright, let's dive into the games. Right off the bat, we have a cult classic. This game is called Serious Sam 2. I'll be the first to admit, the entire catalog of games we'll be taking a look at today, it'll be my first time embracing each of their majesty. Serious Sam 2 is no different. The multiplayer is a very high-octane cooperative shooter with a maximum player count of 4 players. As much as I believe this game would also translate well to a PvP experience, it's strictly PvE. There are many different levels to explore, all having their own themes ranging from cityscapes, industrial complexes, or even combat arena stadiums with live spectators. But the levels aren't the only variety in this title. No. You have about 600 weapons stuffed into your backpack, akin to your grandma's purse when you're asking her if she has any candy for you. You got your classic chain gun, various grenade launchers, dual revolvers, this thing, I think it's a Roman candle launcher, no idea, but it's there. Sniper rifle, plasma pistol looking thing, an energy rifle, a goddamn saw blade, a hand cannon, and my favorite, your very own personal kamikaze parakeet. To cherry top the variety sundae, you also have this game's goofy enemy variants. Seriously, the abominations in Serious Sam 2 makes me think Sid from Toy Story had his hands all over the enemy variants in this game. You got skeleton dudes, which, upon death, make bowling pin sound effects. Satan himself had his legs chopped off and replaced with tank roller tracks to make an appearance. You got wind-up rhinoceroses, a magic-wielding Yeti, George Lopez from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, rocket-slinging T-Rex mechs, and even killer clowns with quad chins and dynamite-laced birthday cakes. I'd be lying if I told you I knew what was going on in this universe. All I know is, when you begin a new mission, Cortana from Halo briefly debriefs you, and you're sent on your way. We're told to eradicate the occupants in this mental health institution. That's one way to deal with the mental health crisis in America. If you're really hungry for that deep lore, through the pause menu, you're able to access an expanded version of the mission summary. They're pretty entertaining. Awesome! We made it! Now all we have to do is reach Mental's front door, ring the bell, and kick his ass! The controls in this game feel solid. It has an auto-target system. Just point at the enemy you want to shoot, and as soon as the crosshair icon pops up, you better start blasting. It also changes color to indicate the health remaining on the targeted enemy. Your team seems to share a total score, as shown by the top center of the screen. Whenever your team crosses a certain score threshold, you're blessed with this beautiful sound. The amount of lives we had was never an issue. We're playing on the normal difficulty, so this is to be expected. I would have loved to try out the even harder difficulties, but alas. I was crashing this party as I normally do, and had no way of communicating with these lovely teammates of mine, since none of them had the coveted Xbox Live communicator.
Grasshopper's got his Xbox communicator, and so does Roadhog and Oilslick.
I'm sure it gets crazy the higher difficulty you go. With how many enemies they throw at you at once, I could already hear my controller combusting against my wall. Hold up, did this dude just flip me off? I think I need a break for a second. Let's see what the Serious Sam 2 Xbox Live menus offer here. Some original Xbox games' live menus are pretty bare bones. Serious Sam would fall under that umbrella. No leaderboards or anything, just a place for your friends list. Interestingly though, this is the first time I've seen the game have a choice to return your dashboard via the live menus. This is the first original Xbox Alt F4 link ever, potentially. They must have incorporated it when they saw that Afro Ninja flip me the bird. I think we've discussed the game long enough. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Whacked. I didn't really know what to expect here. I kind of just jumped in blindly and hoped for the best. Do not be deceived by the woman's dress on the game's cover. She is indeed not wearing that in-game. Believe it or not, this was before the time of battle passes and microtransactions. This is a default skin, no pun intended. But you could bet your ass if this game were monetized at the time, you could pay to remove those censored bars, and quickly this game would go from rated T to rated AO.
You almost knocked my bars off.
Okay, that's enough nudist jokes. So what is Whacked? Whacked is an adult cartoon rumble party game where you run around the map and battle other cartoon characters in several different game modes. The game type I was able to join was grab and run. The goal is to be the first to collect 100 stars to come out victorious. Don't forget to beat the snot out of your competitors along the way and steal their stars though. There are various weapons around the map to pick up to help in this endeavor. There's an egg launcher, baseball bat, staple gun, your very own kamikaze K9, a time bomb, and a handful of others. Once you pick up a weapon, you have to use it for its entire duration before you can pick something else up.
Oh,
The weapons last about 20 seconds or so be careful to avoid the trash pickups as much as possible. Otherwise, you're stuck with it. When you successfully strike an enemy, they will drop a bunch of their stars, which then you can steal. The stars take on the color of the person you just bonked. Said bonked player cannot reclaim these stars back unless the other players don't steal them in an allotted time before them turning gray again. As far as controls go, it's pretty simple. You move with the left stick and attack with X. The camera angle is fixed behind your character, so you can't use the right stick to pan the camera around like you normally would in modern third-person games. You have to move and turn with the left stick and look where your character is looking. But hey, I'm willing to look past it though because of this game's sound design. The amount of times this game had me chuckling is certainly above average. It's crude and definitely has that edgy early 2000s charm that cannot be replicated today.
Oh,
Eugene is screwed.
I did almost rage quit though, since the announcer liked to sit there and talk a whole lot of schmack.
Sucks to be you.
Despite my best efforts, I never got the taste of victory in Whacked. I came pretty gosh darn close, but this Eugene guy I was playing against was a menace. The kitchen sink level, I was 7 stars away from winning, before getting yeeted off the counter. I guess I should get my mind off it. Let's check out the menus. I can't say I'm surprised a cursed game like this has 13 maps. What else is interesting is the amount of game modes on offer. The mode we played here is grab and run, but there's things like King of the Hill and Frag Fest. You can also change the difficulty of the bot characters you play against if you don't have a full lobby. Yeah, that's one downside about the niche games on Insignia. You're pretty much at the mercy of your host with what they want to play. I can tell you right now, my host wasn't the greatest here. In between each match, there would be like a 10-minute intermission. No, I'm not exaggerating. He must have been getting whacked IRL, if you know what I mean. There is one last interesting thing to note here. Normally, when voice masking is available in games, you can either toggle it on or off. But here in Whacked, you got some options. Generic, child, teenage girl, teenage boy, woman, man, big guy, cartoon, raspy horse, female robot, or male robot. Why the hell can't we have that kind of stuff in the modern day? Unfortunately, I don't have any friends who have this game to test these voices out. But sometimes, the mystery of it all is what's more interesting than having all the answers. Well, that pretty much sums up Whacked. Hope you enjoy some gameplay.
Lucy is magnetic. Share the love. Lucy's in the lead. Follow the beam of light and take her down. Feeding frenzy. Lucy is in the lead. Someone needs to take control.
Oh, it hurts so good.
Eugene is out in front.
Ow!
Eugene isn't coming down.
It's dirty. Oh! Ugh.
Lucy is in the lead.
Ow!
Lucy is busted loose. Upside down cam. Ruby. Lucy still on top. Van is in the lead. Fantastic is ruling this game. Van has victory within his grasp.
Lucy's open for
Van
business.
still has this show under control. And Van wins it!
Oh. Pursuant to Chapter 7, Section 2 of the Contestant Agreement, I'm entitled to a rematch.
Next game on the list is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3. This is one of the more popular Insignia titles you can play, second only to the coveted Halo 2. The only experience that I have with Tom Clancy games is Ghost Recon 2 on the PS2. Luckily in this one, they don't forget to render your gun for the finished product. So, as a new player, what are my first impressions? Well, it's a bit jank, but what original Xbox title isn't? It's definitely sweaty, and it's a whole lot of fun. The time to kill is very low. This game is all about positioning yourself properly and being careful when you expose yourself. This is complemented by its lean mechanic, controlled by left and right on the D-pad. Speaking of controls, how are they? They're just fine, I guess, for an original Xbox shooter. Just a hint of wonkiness. You shoot with the right trigger, per usual, but reload is mapped to the left trigger. However, if you hold down the left trigger, that also brings up your weapon wheel. From here, you can make a selection with the D-pad. Click the left stick to crouch, no big deal. Right stick to zoom. You also have night vision by pressing Y, and thermal vision by pressing V. The thermal vision isn't really that great though. I tested it on a nighttime map. You have to be pretty close to the target for the heat to register. With this game's low time to kill, you're likely to be dead by that time. I just got lucky in this clip since the guy literally spawned right in front of me. Sure, there are other control schemes, but you know what? This is what they gave me out of the box. The devs really sat in a room and all agreed this was the best choice. So, I suffer through it. There's a bunch of game modes to choose from. They have a couple of co-op modes with missions you can run with some of your friends. I haven't tried this out, but I'm itching to. I've heard they could be quite challenging and require good communication. I have, however, engaged in the PvP. This includes Sharpshooter, which is basically a free-for-all deathmatch, and Team Survival. Team Survival is an elimination mode where the game ends when one team is completely eliminated. Teams are differentiated by either a blue or a tan uniform. I'm not the best player, so it's nice to have some people fighting by my side instead of getting completely spawn camped 80% of the time when I'm in solo. Yes, my first couple hours of playing this game was really that bad. Luckily, with this game's popularity, you can find yourself in massive 8v8 battles on the regular. Things get pretty chaotic too. Don't just rush in guns blazing, cause once you're dead, you're benched until the round is over. Not much else to mention here about the gameplay. How about them menus? There's a lot to dive into here. You have access to your friends list, recent players tab, and DLC options. I had some trouble getting the title update and DLC for this game. It would end up crashing my system and I was unable to complete the download. There's a link in the description where you can access DLC and title updates externally to bypass the hiccup in the matrix if this affects you as well. Now, take a look at this. There are leaderboards for each individual game mode you can access. You can see from the co-op stats, there's some real grinders in here. A dude in here with over 16,000 kills.
It's over 9,000!
Let's check out some of the game modes I've partaken in. These stats are tracking Sharpshooter, the free-for-all deathmatch mode. You can sort stats by weekly or overall. I'm number 61 overall. Second to the one and only Dark Master.
dark day for Dark Master.
That's right, Dork Master. This is my goal. My goal.
It tracks things like time played, kills, deaths, and ELO. ELO is your overall rating. It goes up or down depending on your kills and deaths. You get more ELO if you kill players with higher ELO, less for lesser ELO players. This gives an interesting twist to climbing the ranks and paints a bigger target on the more skillful players' backs. Funnily enough, I also managed to get the same 61st spot in Team Survival. There are different stats tracked here as well, so I think this just so happens to be the greatest coincidence of all time. But enough talk. Let's see some gameplay.
Green team has won the round.
Grenades.
Red team has won the round.
It's lagging a bit for some people. The other team's a bit story windows? Yeah, no rush in, bro. I don't even know. That's what I did. They're all sitting in that room. That's why I got lit up. I'm bad. So they're all up here. What the?
Green team has won the round.
Up next, we have yet another Call of Duty title. This time we're playing Call of Duty Finest Hour. Finest Hour released November 26th, 2004, which was even before COD 2. This is certainly your vintage COD experience. We kicked it off with some friendly 3-player free-for-all, and eventually our gamer aura attracted another player, and we had 4. As you'd expect from any Call of Duty title, you can choose your class from the very start. You got different weapons for different factions. Things like the classic M1 Garand, Thompson, Mosin, PPSH, Enfield, Sten, Bren, and many others. I'm not the greatest with aiming on the sticks pre-aim assist,
guy stinks!
So I typically will opt for something automatic like the PPSH or Sten. Even back in the good old days of COD, you still have hit markers to help you know when you're delivering the spanks to your enemies. It'll also update your total kills in the top left of your screen. There's just something about these old COD graphics that feels so cozy and nostalgic. Watch as I stalk my prey here, and just look how goofy the movements look. I love this. We play a fair sample of maps ranging from war-torn town centers, the back alley of French streets at nighttime, some underground tunnels, and even engage in some trench warfare. The controls here feel good. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that all the COD games have the same feel when it comes to aiming. My first Call of Duty on Insignia was Call of Duty 3, which you can check out in the first video covering this project if you haven't already. But there I made the comment about how the aiming felt a bit slow. It took some getting used to, but now that I have that title under my belt, things feel much better and natural this time around. With how ancient this game is, it's not surprising the menus don't have much outside of some of the general Xbox Live options, quick match, Optimatch, and a place to view your friends list. All around, a great classic shooter experience. If you're a Call of Duty fan, I would definitely add this one to your Insignia arsenal. Typically, when weekly Call of Duty events take place, they will hop from one COD title to the next. Doesn't hurt to have Finest Hour in your library so you don't miss out on the full Call of Duty experience. Alright, I think enough has been said on Finest Hour. Let's check out the gameplay. For the last game of the video, I thought I'd change up the pace. How about a race? Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast is a racing title developed by Sega. I'll just come out and say it. I don't have a whole lot of experience with racing games, so try not to roast me too hard. This game feels so unique to any other racing game. It's more arcadey than anything. The best comparison I can draw here, it has that similar feel to one of those arcade cabinet racers you would spend your parents' hard-earned quarters on as a kid, and I absolutely love it. I immediately hop into a 3-player race against a man named All Bush No Push, no less. From the lobby, you can customize your car, change its color, and transmission type. The game even allows me to choose the radio station I want to bump to while I get left in the dust. I went for Magical Sound Shower. Sounds like a blessing for my ears. Maybe it'll help me with my driving skills as well. The title itself, Coast to Coast, is no lie either. You will go from sunny beaches, a residential neighborhood, into the outskirts of a gargantuan castle, foggy meadows, and a windmill farm, all in the same race. Every map is like this. This is the same type of variety worthy of TikTok B-roll footage to captivate Gen Alpha. Yeah, I really need to get used to these controls. It almost feels like you're driving on ice, and the movements are very sensitive. Lucky for me, when you crash, you kinda just teleport back to driving straight as if nothing happened. It wasn't until deep into my second race that I discovered completely wiping out is possible. It jump scared the crap out of me.
What the hell was that?
I'm an observer of patterns though, and notice my fellow racers taking the time to drive their cars cartoonishly sideways with their drifts. If I want to have any success in this game, I'm gonna have to figure out this mechanic for myself. Speaking of, I'm driving down the road pressing all the buttons to try to find the handbrake so I can drift. That's when I discovered what the black button does. This 100% rinsed me of any hope to come in any other placement other than last. Before long though, I figured it out. It's the left trigger. You kinda just ride it out, drift at top speeds around those sharp corners, and finesse it back into running straight. I got pretty decent at this after a bit of trial and error, and actually started competing with my competitors. Para was absolutely goated and a non-factor, but All Bush No Push, I'm about to sack yo ass.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
All Bush No Push this dick.
Second place.
I want someone to take me to the hospital. You sure about that?
Nice catch, All Bush No Push. But too bad your ass got sacked.
As far as menus go, there isn't anything outside of creating or joining matches. Sit back, relax, and watch me go from one coast to the other in this race.
third place.
Well, that about does it for today. Insignia is a very niche project. Getting into populated matches is not the easiest thing to do. When I have time to set aside to play these games, I check the website to see what's being played at the time. I know there's some heavy hitters out there that people want to see. I just haven't had the chance to get into a lobby yet for most of those games. I have some footage of MechAssault, but ultimately decided to save that for the next Insignia project. I was only able to get in a 1v1 and a 3-player free-for-all. It would only feel like a partial experience, and I'm not about half-assing these things around here, despite how rudimentary my edits may be. The ultimate goal is to play just about as many original Xbox titles as I possibly can to catalog my experience here for the gaming history books. So please, subscribe and show your support on this video. These videos take time, so it'll motivate me to continue with the series. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be easy and take care.